Junkyard Miracle, the guy who turned scrap metal into a luxury supercar. Amidst a chaotic scrapyard filled with rusted metal and broken parts from vehicles long forgotten, a group of men, led by a particularly bold character named John, has sparked a small DIY revolution in the world of car enthusiasts. At first glance, you might think they're searching for buried treasure beneath layers of oil-stained debris. But no, what they're doing is far crazier. They're attempting to bring a junked car carcass back to life, not with high-tech equipment, but entirely by hand, armed with a few old welders, some serious imagination, and a fearless, let's-just-do-it attitude. John, the self-appointed commander of the scrap resurrection, came up with a wild but oddly brilliant idea: to transform a pile of discarded metal into a gleaming supercar that could turn heads even in the wealthiest of neighborhoods. He began welding the rusted frame together, piece by piece, carefully sculpting each detail as if stitching together the lost glory of a once proud machine. But the story didn't end there. Just when you'd think he might give up, a group of loyal friends showed up like dusty-shirted superheroes. They didn't bring superpowers, but they did bring sandpaper, buckets of paint, and an all-in spirit. Together, they sanded down the frame and hand-painted every inch, creating a masterpiece that was equal parts artistic and absurdly impressive. Then came the real madness. John began assembling an engine using parts scavenged from other cars, a move considered next-level reckless by any mechanic standards. And yet, shockingly, it worked. Like something out of a movie about an eccentric genius, the components came together as if destined to unite. The car, once a lifeless heap of junk, was now taking shape, shining, and dangerously close to becoming street-ready. With nothing but bare hands, wild determination, and a few good friends, John didn't just build a car. He built a story. A story that proves with passion, a bit of craziness, and teamwork, even a scrapyard can give birth to a supercar. Stay tuned for episode 2, when the supercar roars back from the dead. You won't believe what's coming next. Massive shock, scrap chains turned into gold-digging weapons, all for just $1, and a mysterious squad of pretty boys. Who would have believed it? Giant scrap chains, seemingly destined for the junkyard, have been transformed into razor-sharp gold pickaxe blades, crafted entirely for just $1 single. And the shock doesn't stop there. No CNC machines, no high-tech assembly lines, just homemade fire, a few crude tools, and a group of guys so handsome they look like they walked straight out of a K-pop music video. Together, they forged a mechanical masterpiece that left the entire internet gasping. The process sounds like a post-apocalyptic fairy tale. Rusty chains cut by hand, melted in a DIY furnace, and cast into perfectly shaped blades down to the last millimeter. The final product? Not only industrial-grade beautiful, but sharp enough to slice through anything, except maybe diamonds. Some speculate. Are these guys secret Viking blacksmiths from legend? Others are skeptical. $1? Must be alien tech involved. What's the truth? There's only one way to find out. Subscribe to the channel right now, because in the next episode, they just might forge an Iron Man suit from an old pot lid. Controversial, scrap princes recycle tractor clutch plates by hand with just $1, no machines, no factory, and possibly illegal? A group of young men, as handsome as K-pop idols, have left the internet speechless after transforming a pile of rusty scrap metal into fully functioning tractor clutch plates, and the entire process cost only $1. Yes, just $1. No machines. No high-tech gear, no production line, just bare hands, a few crude tools, a DIY furnace, and a shocking level of creativity that blatantly ignores basic safety protocols. Their eyebrow-raising, handcrafted miracle begins with cutting discarded metal into chunks, melting it down in a homemade furnace, and casting the molten metal with precision that would make industrial engineers jealous. The end result? A product indistinguishable from factory-grade machinery parts, with some viewers even mistaking the footage for a Japanese manufacturing ad. And the shock doesn't stop there. Some critics claim the team may have violated safety and engineering standards, with one commenter warning they're playing a dangerous game with their lives. On the other hand, thousands of fans praise this as an underground mechanical revolution, or even a slap in the face to overpriced brands. Open quote. Is the mechanical industry about to be overthrown by a group of hot guys with rusty hammers? One netizen quipped. Close quote. So where do you stand? Skeptic or supporter? The truth is yet to be revealed in the next episode, where rumors claim they'll be casting a V8 engine from instant noodle packaging. Subscribe now before they send the entire industry into full-blown chaos. From trash to treasure, how a group of handsome recyclers turned soda cans into art, all for just $1. In an era where everything seems to be hitting record-high prices, a group of young men, equally charming and skillful, has left netizens wide-eyed. Their secret? Picking up discarded water bottles and soda cans from garbage dumps and transforming them into valuable creations, using nothing more than a single dollar. Sounds like a joke? Think again. This is 100% real, with no glue-on gimmicks. No need for high-tech machinery, no multi-million-dollar factories. All they rely on is creativity, patience, and a pair of hands seemingly blessed by the god of mechanics. The process may sound absurd at first, but it's surprisingly logical. It begins with burning old cans to extract the remaining pure zinc. Then, using hand-spinning techniques that rival traditional craftsmen, they turn that zinc into shiny wire coils, completely handmade from start to finish. It's not magic, nor is it CGI. This is high-level recycling art, pulled off only by those bold enough to think differently and work fearlessly. The result? A genuine upcycled masterpiece that earns admiration from both the mechanical community and the creative world. As expected, the internet split into two camps. One side cheering wildly, declaring, "These guys need to start a workshop," while the other remained skeptical. Seriously? You made that from just $1? Whether you're on Team Wow or Team Wait and See, one thing is clear. With $1 and a daring mindset, this band of handsome recyclers is rewriting the rules of modern-day creativity. Curious what they'll transform next? Hit that subscribe button. Because who knows, in the next episode, they might just forge a gold medal from a plastic spoon. From scrap to showroom, the $1 tire makeover that shocked the internet. What seemed like the end of the road for this giant worn-out tire, frayed, bald, and practically begging for a landfill plot, suddenly turned into a jaw-dropping comeback. The heroes? A group of handsome street mechanics who brought it back to life with nothing more than skill, determination, and exactly $1. Sounds like a fairy tale from the back alleys of a mechanic's market, but it's 100% true. No gimmicks, no silicone involved, no massive rubber factory, no multi-million-dollar production line, just grit, golden hands, and a do-it-yourself spirit. These men proved that making a tire great again doesn't have to cost a fortune. The process began with stripping away the old damaged rubber. Think of it as a deep exfoliation for tires. Then, they applied a thick layer of pure, fresh rubber by hand, almost like giving it a deluxe spa treatment. Next came the press. The tire was placed into a compression machine to shape and seal the new material. And then, the magic happened. The result? A fully restored tire, looking as fresh and flawless as anything off a premium production line. But in reality, it was a handcrafted marvel, born from scrap and street smarts. And the price? Less than a cup of sidewalk coffee. The internet had a field day. Fans were quick to hail the mechanics as golden hands of the DIY world, while skeptics raised a brow. Sure, it looks good, but can it go the distance? Regardless of which camp you're in, one thing's undeniable. With just $1 and a daring attitude, these guys made the whole mechanical world take notice. Curious to see what they'll rebuild next? Hit that subscribe button now. Who knows, next time they might craft a wheel rim out of a manhole cover. Controversial, scrap princes recycle tractor clutch plates by hand with just $1, no machines, no factory, and possibly illegal? A group of young men, as handsome as K-pop idols, have left the internet speechless after transforming a pile of rusty scrap metal into fully functioning tractor clutch plates. And the entire process cost only $1. Yes, just $1. No machines, No high-tech gear, no production line, just bare hands, a few crude tools, a DIY furnace, and a shocking level of creativity that blatantly ignores basic safety protocols. Their eyebrow-raising, handcrafted miracle begins with cutting discarded metal into chunks, melting it down in a homemade furnace, and casting the molten metal with precision that would make industrial engineers jealous. The end result? A product indistinguishable from factory-grade machinery parts, with some viewers even mistaking the footage for a Japanese manufacturing ad. And the shock doesn't stop there. Some critics claim the team may have violated safety and engineering standards, with one commenter warning they're playing a dangerous game with their lives. On the other hand, thousands of fans praise this as an underground mechanical revolution, or even a slap in the face to overpriced brands. Open quote. Is the mechanical industry about to be overthrown by a group of hot guys with rusty hammers? One netizen quipped. Close quote. So where do you stand? Skeptic or supporter? The truth is yet to be revealed in the next episode, where rumors claim they'll be casting a V8 engine from instant noodle packaging. Subscribe now before they send the entire industry into full-blown chaos. Clutch Reborn for just $1. Street welder leaves the internet stunned. What looked like a lifeless, battered clutch destined for the scrapyard was suddenly brought back to life in the hands of one man, and a single dollar. Yes, you read that right. Just $1, not a penny more. The story began when a freelance mechanic stumbled upon a broken, misshapen clutch lying forgotten on the edge of his workshop. While most would have tossed it aside, he saw a challenge. His mission? Bring this crucial vehicle component back to life using nothing but spare parts and pocket change. And in case you're wondering, what even is a clutch? Here's a quick rundown. The clutch is a vital part of a car's transmission system. It connects or disconnects the engine from the gearbox, allowing the driver to start, shift gears, or stop the vehicle smoothly. Without it, your car isn't going anywhere, except maybe downhill. Back to our $1 miracle, the man got straight to work. No fancy lab, no CNC machines, just a cutting torch, a welding rig, and pure determination. After a series of precise cuts, solid welds, and some good old-fashioned grinding, the clutch slowly returned to its former glory, maybe even better than the original. The result? A fully functional clutch that looks just like a brand new factory part, crafted from discarded scrap and sheer willpower. Netizens were quick to react. Some cheered, "This guy's a real-life mechanic superhero," while others raised a skeptical eyebrow. Wait, does that thing actually work? Now it's your turn to weigh in. Comment 1 if you believe this $1 clutch can cruise down the highway like a dream, or 2 if you think it belongs on a shelf as a conversation piece. And don't forget to hit that follow button, because who knows? In the next episode, he might just build a fully functional gearbox out of soda cans. A group of unknown craftsmen, not from any research institute, not affiliated with any major car manufacturer, has just sent the internet into a frenzy by claiming they can recycle diesel engine pistons using nothing but scrap aluminum found at a junkyard, all for under $1. No LED lights, no AI technology, and certainly no sparkling lab in sight. Instead, what you'll find are rusty old engine blocks, a blazing fire pit, and a few calloused hands. Like something straight out of a post-apocalyptic film blending Fast and Furious with Mad Max Trash Edition. The process sounds almost too simple to believe. They heat discarded engine parts until they melt like butter, extract whatever pure aluminum remains, then filter it, barehanded no less. Next, they pour the molten metal into a piston mold. Also handmade, of course. No blueprints involved. It seems these street engineers are working entirely from heart, memory, and muscle. And voila, a brand new piston is born. It looks shockingly close to a factory-made part, if not even more, unsettlingly authentic. For those still unsure whether a piston is a tool or a Thai street dish, a piston, sometimes cheekily called the heart of the engine, is a critical component that allows a vehicle to function. In internal combustion engines, the piston receives pressure from ignited fuel gases and transfers that force to the crankshaft to create movement. Put simply, no piston, no go. Your car would just be a wheezing pile of metal. And this group, they've built that essential part from literal garbage. The internet immediately split into two camps, one yelling genius-level engineering, and the other screaming, "Wait, this thing actually runs?" Regardless of the reaction, everyone seems to agree on one thing. These guys' DIY skills are off the charts. Their homemade piston, after some minor polishing, is ready to be put to use. The only question is, will it run smoothly or explode like a New Year's firework? To find out, viewers are invited to stay tuned for the next episode, where Back Alley Engineering continues to challenge the global auto industry, $1 at a time.